liftoff of Shuttle Endeavour with NASA's final space station crew compartment that brings a bay window view to our celestial backyard.
What's going on, everyone? So a lot is going to happen today for Gamestop GME stock today. So let's just take a look at the charts really quick, and then I'll share with you guys some news so you can see what's happening so far. And just remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Be sure to do your research before making any investments. But currently right now we see the price is at $184.58. And if you guys you're familiar with the phrase buy the rumor, sell the news, then you probably know that today is supposedly when they're going to be releasing their earnings, and that's going to be after the market closes. So if I were to show you really quick, let me just pull this up right now. This article basically states on March 9th that they announced that the company will report both the fourth quarter and fiscal 2020 earnings results after the market closes on the 23rd of March. And then after that, they will have this GameStop will host an investor conference at 5 p.m. EST so you can review the company's financial results. So basically, once the market closes today, so after you watching this video, it's probably already happened. But looking back around pretty much starting in February upwards until pretty much March 15th, you were trending upwards. You're doing quite well, reaching highs of potentially $340 plus, right? And you can see you have this massive sell-off right here, and we broke below the 50 EMA line. And now you can see we've been trading currently below this 50 EMA line for quite a bit. And currently, it looks like people are taking some profits and they're selling off in the short term. The RSI looks like it's getting closer towards the oversold territory. But if we were to zoom out a little bit, I mean, to me, this chart looks like it's forming a cup and handle. So we can see this is a cup right here, and then you have the handle forming right there. And then that means that it could potentially break out. So let me just show you a quick little visual of a chart of a cup and handle. And this picture does a pretty, I'd say, a good job of showing you this. So here you can see we have the cup shape going on right here, and then we have the handle forming here. And then if this were to break out, then you can see that it breaks out like that. So, I mean, if you look at GameStop, I mean, we pretty much have this cup shape forming right here. Then it looks like we have the handle going right there. So potentially we could see this break out, and then next thing you know it, we're back off to the races. But again, that's just my stating of what I think is going to potentially happen. Now, if that were not to occur, and let's say the earnings don't go as planned, next thing you know, some news, whatever happens, then guess what? The price could continue to drop. I mean, right now, looking at this chart, there's not too much support, I'd say, within after this price point. So maybe we could see some more support within this area. But for right now, in the short term, if you are holding this for a long time, it really doesn't matter what's going to happen, guys, in the short few days right now. But that's just some little quick, I'd say, overlook that I wanted to share with you. So definitely do let me know your predictions in the comments below and what you think is going to happen to GameStop. And now let's just take a look at some news, right? So let's just go ahead and let's just see what's happening. So here we can see GameStop, they've been cleaning out the house, man. They've been replacing some people, and you can see here they actually have this title. It says they lost their second senior executive as the shakeup deepens. So this, if you're just reading this from, outside perspective, you might think this is like a bad news. But in reality, this is basically cleaning out the current team that they have that wasn't doing, I'd say, the best job, it seems like. And they're trying to find, a new replacement. And so they're trying to upgrade, right? So look at this, right? Basically, this says on Tuesday, it's CCO, basically Chief Customer Officer Frank Hamill, will resign from the company on March 31st. And this is the latest sign of the broader overhaul. And basically, the co-founder Ryan Cohen, he's making moves. He's trying to figure out, hey, how can we return GameStop back and bring it back to where it was beforehand? So that looks like a big move that they're doing. They're cleaning house in there. And this apparently is the second executive to departure from GameStop since Cohen tapped in. In case you guys have no idea, let me just show you a quick pic of him. Ryan Cohen, he was co-founder and former CEO of the e-commerce company Chewy, and you can see that they were acquired back in 2017 from PetSmart for $3.35 billion. So this man, he has prior success, exited already, and sold for quite a big chunk of change. And then you can tell that this man knows what he's doing in terms of the e-commerce space. So if you guys don't know, Chewy, basically, it's super famous for like animal pets, e-commerce website. So feel free to type it in, CHEWY, if you want to check out their website. But that was his experience, and basically what he's doing right now is trying to shift all of his knowledge in that space, and looks like he's trying to transform GameStop, going to focus more like on the e-commerce side of things. And then basically looks like he's replacing, I'd say, the top execs and probably going to, add some new team members. But we'll just have to wait and see what he does. But basically you can see here, that's their spearhead to transition to the e-commerce for the mail-based retailer. And this basically just goes on, talks about like how, the history of Cohen and some stuff on GameStop. But let's just look at some other things right here. So this is interesting from Fox Business, and this title, this video is definitely the opposite. This is one that's like looking down on GameStop. But I mean, if you follow GameStop, you look at Reddit, a lot of the logical answers, a lot of, the just fundamental stuff doesn't apply most to GameStop at least. Other companies, yeah, you can look at their financials, you can look at, pretty much how they're doing, and you can base, your predictions on the potential valuation price. But I mean, just look at GameStop. Come on, guys. Like, no one out here knows that this price is up here going crazy, evaluates to, their earnings and everything. This is mainly something that's unique, that's, first of its kind. So if you were to watch this video, they talk about how once they show the earnings, everything, it's going to go downhill, all that stuff, right? So you can definitely watch that if you want to, give you guys, another insight or maybe another view on GameStop. But basically, Judgment Day is here, and they're stating that after earnings that, like, they're saying it's over. But again, this is GameStop, guys. Like, unless something bad happens where they shut down or whatever, some super bad news, I don't really see much happening to GameStop. Yeah, the price could take a big dip. Again, obviously, we are super high in terms of the price points from, just a few months back. But again, there's so much community now. There's so many people that I feel like a lot of people are going to hold the stock, and then who knows. But again, definitely do your research. Make sure you understand the risk and what you're getting into. And then here you can just, check out some more stuff. But that's basically the article here if you want to watch the video. I'm not going to play it here. And one last thing I want to share with you. This is big. This is huge. And it's not necessarily like a big update, but it's more of just like what Ryan Cohen is actually doing. And you can see here, this article, basically, the summary I'll give you that I want to take away from is that Ryan Cohen actually is responding to customers. So like here you can see, actually I'll restart up here. Basically, after 4 months of phone calls and emails to GameStop Corp complaining about their slow shipping of an order, the New Jersey teacher Stephen Titus received a late night call in early March from a director of the video games retail board, aka that is Ryan Cohen, the billionaire co-founder, the former CEO of Chewy. And basically, he was responding to an email that Titus sent over 12 hours earlier to move to more than 24 GameStop execs and boards. And then basically, he just talked about how like nobody has attempted to respond except whatever voicemails and stuff. And then basically, he's stating that he can't believe that, hey, look, Cohen told Titus this. And basically, you can see here that Cohen's like, hey, look, I got your email. I'm going to get back to it, right? So literally, the billionaire, the CEO of this company is replying to customers, like trying to, get back and help people out. And I think people don't understand this. They might think, though, this is not a big deal. But if you've ever had some sort of online presence, maybe you sold a product, or you have a business that has customers, right? Actual people behind it. Customer support is one of the biggest factors in determining what people think about your business, right? So if you've noticed, like Amazon, their support is ridiculously fast, right? They have a humongous team, I'm guessing. And basically, if you were to email, for instance, Amazon, or you had an issue with your product or something, whatever, you'll get a reply fairly quickly. Then have you ever worked with a company, maybe it's like an online, application, software, whatever, some tool online you're using, and there's like something that's wrong with it. Guess what? If it doesn't work and you try to contact support, they don't reply to you in like, a couple hours, you're already upset. You don't like the business. And then it waits another couple days. Next thing you know it, you have a bad taste with the company. So here, just seeing that he's pushing this, like he's actually taking out his time when he can be doing, so many other things, just replying to people. I think that's a big push. And I think that's what he's going to attempt to essentially push. And you can even see here that Cohen actually asked the GameStop's new customer service chief, Kelly Durkin, basically to start including writing personal notes to customers to look into the matter. So you can see here that they're actually taking this serious in terms of like customer satisfaction. And I don't think most people might not understand this concept of support and how major this is, but this is definitely, I'd say, a big positive direction in what they're trying to attempt to do. And then hopefully this will play out the next few years and showcase in GameStop and obviously the stock price. But again, that's just something I want to share with you that like people might not really see. They might see a bunch of this, technical analysis, news stuff, but behind the scenes, guys, support is huge for this type of business, especially e-commerce. So if we can slowly push that back into GameStop and then eventually turn it to where people are satisfied with the product, with the business, then I could see the future for GameStop being quite well. But definitely we'll just have to wait and see. But if you guys are new to the channel, definitely go down below, hit that subscribe button, and smash the like button. And one last thing, if you made it this far in the video and you want to get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850, then be sure to click the first link in the description below. Sign up for an account, and as long as you deposit $100 minimum or more, you'll be able to receive 2 free stocks valued up to potentially $1,850. And aside from that, guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down with your thoughts about GameStop, and I'll see you in the next one.